Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. In today's episode 4 of the Mission Manchester United series, we've got a huge episode for you today. Really, a match that we're going to be live coming today. It's going to be Manchester United versus Arsenal. As you can tell here, it's a huge game for two reasons. The first one is because if we beat Arsenal, we do go second. We are playing the first game of this round of Premier League games, so we can really set the tone for the rest of the league. Just put pressure on our rivals. Also, if we do lose, there's a possibility that Liverpool can climb above us, and that's pretty dangerous. Of course, we don't want that happening. We're already in fifth position, so as you can tell, it's been pretty disappointing since our last last episode. Let me quickly update you on what's been going on so far. So, in our last episode against Liverpool, which is a great 3-0 win, as you can see from since then, it's been really a mixed bag of results. We had a terrible bit of form here where we lost three in a row. Well, to be fair, one of them was through a penalty shootout, but we definitely shouldn't have reached that stage in the first place. We got some decent wins like the 3-0 one against Vigo as well, which helped us end the European Cup group in top of the group basically, and we drew Hertha, the German First Division team. So interesting sort of draw. We'll see how we could perform. But yeah, and then the 4-1 win against Swansea was a nice one. We also managed to get our very first draw of the season coming in the month of December. But yeah, we haven't drawn throughout the season completely. I mean, obviously these ones are friendlies, but throughout the whole season, we really haven't drawn up until we played an away game against Sunderland, who were really tight in the back. They were playing defensive football as expected, but we really should have been breaking them down. Anyways, just a quick run through the games. So we played against OGC Nice, managed to get a 2-0 away win with Rashford and Rooney scoring a late double after we switched to overload mentality and made some tactical changes. So that was a nice little late win. We lost to Stoke 1-0 from a penalty. Really not happy about this result, of course. Honestly, whenever my team has a chance to go top or to really perform as expected, they fall short. So here, they had their only clear-cut chance of the game was through a penalty. It was their only shot on target. We had plenty more. We really should have been winning. But yeah, once again, my team's struggling. Let me see if I can show you quickly. But actually, my strikers have been struggling lately. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why. I've been trying to figure out for a while now. I tried the different roles for them, but it's really just not working. Complete forward on attack duty seems to work best, but for some reason they underperform up until the point where they actually score. Ibrahimovic managed to grab us 2 goals here, a really late equaliser when I thought we were going to lose. Again, the overload mentality saved us there. But unfortunately, in the penalty shootout, you can just see the type of players that have missed it. De Gea actually missed the penalty that would have kept us in it. He was the last one to take it. But yeah, Mata, Mkhitaryan, Blind, Depay, Rojo. I mean, I can understand Blind and Rojo, but really our attacking three here should be scoring those. We had plenty of chances to win it as well. But really just some poor penalties overall, and Tottenham came out on top in that EFL Cup round. And then we managed to lose 1-0 to Leicester at home. Pretty disappointing result again. Really could have been building some ground towards the top spot, and yeah, they just pretty much. I mean, we did have more shots, but they outplayed us in the sense of having more clear-cut chances and half chances, and they could have easily beat us by more. So pretty disappointing this game as well. The Vigo game was a nice, easy 3-0 win. Rashford and Lingard pretty much ended the game within 10 minutes' time, and really grabbing the penalty in the end. The game against West Brom was probably the worst defeat of them all. They scored through, I think it was 2 set pieces, pretty much ended the game. My team incapable of responding after the break, despite me telling them off and all that. And really, it was pretty equal, I guess. If we did take our hard chances, it would have been different. We were having plenty of shots, but not even a quarter of those shots going on target. So my team just need to improve their finishing, really. I mean, I thought that was just a real life issue, the real life Manchester United struggling to finish. But it appears like in the game we struggled to finish as well. In this game against Hull, it looked like we were destined again to get the a draw. I thought we were definitely just going to get our draw now, but instead we managed to win it late through Ibrahimovic. He scored 9 goals in 14 starts. Been a decent player for us, but really quite disappointed with him so far. Let me just quickly actually show you his attributes and why I'm confused. So it says here, according to my assistant, he's definitely suited to complete forward role. And as you can tell through his attributes, most of his attributes here are perfect. I mean, his physicals are dwindling because, of course, he's 35 years old, so that's natural to happen. Mainly, it's just his acceleration pace. Everything else is still quite high. Balance on 19, agility 15, all that sort of stuff. So he's very suited to the complete forward role. He's got all the great attributes for it, but for some reason, not performing as great as I would expect. Anyways, in terms of the game against Watford, Rooney managed to come into the game and score for us. 67th minute win. I'll take these 1-0 wins after the bit of mixed form here. I was just happy we were winning, and I thought we finally put the wins behind the losses behind us and the poor performances behind us. And this 4-1 win here convinced me we did. It's 4-0 up, and they managed to get a little late consolation goal. It was a bit disappointing for De Gea, but Ibrahimovic really ended the game for us within 3 minutes' time, getting a double and an assist. He was our man of match there. And I know you guys must be wondering why I'm saying that the strikers are underperforming, even though they've gotten a couple of goals. The reason that I'm saying that is that they seem to, throughout the match, have a match rating of like anywhere from 6 to 6.4 throughout the game, and the rating only goes up when they score. So it's almost as if they do nothing else but score. And I'm not too pleased about that, because when they don't score, the performance rating is really poor. Anyways, after that Swansea game, like I said, I thought definitely that's it. We're going to go on a nice little winning run here, but we we had a little stumbling block against Sunderland away from home. 0-0 draw. Really should have been winning this game, and it was just poor all round. I mean, they actually had more shots on target. I think in terms of clear-cut chances, we just about edged it. They did have more half chances, to be fair, but really it shouldn't have been a 0-0 draw. Should have pressed on to win, but no one stepped up in this game. Anyways, I just got a couple of updates. I'm not sure I can show it here, but essentially what I've done is I've given a couple of players extensions to their contracts. So I've renewed Mata's contract because he only had 2 years left. I think I did the same for Herrera as well as Blind. They're very happy for that. So all three are going to be staying with us till 2021. It's just to ensure that they don't, when we reach the end of the season, they don't have the advantage of having just one season left in them in their contract, where they can force possibly a move and we won't be able to sell them for much. I think that's pretty much it. Ibrahimovic, we gave him a little extension because he had a clause in his contract which already said just trigger the extension, basically. So I triggered it because I don't think he's quite finished just yet. And I've also just given Carrick an extra year, just so that we don't lose him for free. Might sell him in the end of the season just because there's better options now. Really depends on his form. As you can see, his average rating is just 6.86, so he hasn't been an incredible player for us. Just really average sort of performances, despite the deep line playmaker role being pretty much perfect for his attributes. But yeah, it's just for that reason. I think he's going to be done by the end of the season. I wish you could actually tell a player to retire. I'd rather that than selling him, to be honest. I'd rather him retire, this be his last season. But we'll see how it goes. Never know. Maybe someone will leave. Maybe someone will come in. We'll see how it end of the season. That's pretty much it. And like I said, with the tactics, I tinkered a bit with the striker role because I was a bit unhappy. I tried the advanced forward role, but it didn't really help because both Rooney and Ibrahimovic don't have much pace. I tried the deep lying forward on attack duty, which seemed to help for a bit because Ibra grabbed a brace and got an assist in that game. But then he just struggled a couple of games after that, and so I decided just to stick to what I know best. His attributes suit the complete forward on attack duty, so we're just going to stick to that and see how it goes. In terms of who's going to start for today's game, we got De Gea in goal. Great performances for us so far this season. He's actually managed to have a 7.07 average rating despite being a goalkeeper. Romero's never really had a chance for us. As you can see, he's just played a bunch of under-23 games and not really even appeared for us all season. So Fernandes is going to be playing for us. Darmian's still injured, I think. He just came back from his injury. Can't remember what injury, but kept him out for a while. Yeah, it was a damaged spine for 7 weeks. He's finally available to pick, which means we should actually probably not sell. send Joe Riley back to the under-23s. We don't really need him anymore now. But anyways, we've got Smalling and Jones in the centre-back pairing. I'm happy to give Jones a bit of a chance now because, I mean, we could play Bailly, but he's going to be leaving really soon to the African Cup of Nations in January. So it doesn't make sense to give him a run of games right before his tournament when he's going to be leaving anyways. Might as well give someone else a chance to step in. So we've done that. Blind has come in recently and performing quite well. As you can see, a 7.38 average rating in the last 5 games. Even managed to get 1 assist, even though he's playing in his wing-back support duty role. He's not crazy suited for it. I mean, he's got some decent attributes for it, but really in terms of the crossing, dribbling and acceleration, he hasn't got much of it. I'm hoping to move on Carrick so we can play Daley Blind in the deep-lying playmaker defend duty. As you can see here, he's much more suited for that role. And I'm happy for him and Herrera to compete for that position. We've got Herrera, speaking of Herrera, we've got Herrera in the deep-lying playmaker defend role, Pogba alongside him. That's really our strongest trio here in Mata, Pogba and Herrera. They are, in terms of ability, they're the highest 3, so I'm really hoping for them to perform. Even our front 4 are our best ability. We've got Martial, Mata, Mkhitaryan and Ibrahimovic. Mkhitaryan's been a bit inconsistent for us so far this season. Sometimes he performs greatly, sometimes he doesn't. But you know, his form's decent lately, so he's going to be playing. Martial as well. Sometimes he goes in a bit of a nice burst of form, and sometimes he doesn't. But he overall 7.07 average rating, so can't complain. He's managed to get 4 goals and 4 assists from the wide position, which isn't really his best suited role. I think he's better to be played not even as a complete forward. I think he's better suited for an advanced forward role. I just think it works for him a little bit more. He's got the pace for it, certainly. And then, I think Mata's been Mata. Lately, his performance has dropped. He's got 6.68 average rating, but Lingard hasn't capitalised on his poor form, so we're going to give Mata a bit of faith here and see if he can perform today in the game against Arsenal. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, bench is the standard bench. I've got a fullback on, I've got a centre-back, centre-mid, a winger, attacking midfielder and a striker on the bench. These lot miss out, some of them because of their fitness, such as Bailly, Darmian and Depay. Schweinsteiger just really hasn't done much to move Pogba out of the role. My players have finally gotten used to the tactics, so they really don't have much of an excuse now. But anyways, let's just get into today's game against Arsenal. We're in 5th spot, they're in the 2nd position. If we beat them, we can climb up the table and hopefully put some pressure on Tottenham and City so we can climb above them. And maybe if Chelsea lose their game as well, we'll only be 6 points away. So we really desperately need to win this game. We've been given the odds of favourites, but according to the betting man, I guess, I don't even know what to call him, to be honest. But anyways, the betting expert, I guess, he's betting on Arsenal winning the game, and I think I would say so as well, based on current form and the way Arsenal were performing. They sort of not deserve. I mean, they seem to be more capable of winning this game. As you can tell here, we've finally managed our first draw of the season. We were the last team to draw, and hopefully that's our last draw, and hopefully we'll stop losing as well. Anyways, Arsenal with their standard 4-2-3-1 as well. They don't look like they're coming away from home scared. They look like they're going to come here to try and win it. We've got Sanchez, Ozil, Chamberlain, Giroud all playing together, and really somewhat of a first choice XI, really. First choice, first 11. And we need to really perform here so that we can get the points we need. I mean, it's a crucial thing. I'm going to tell my players that we owe Arsenal for what happened in the last game. If you guys remember, the very first episode of the season was our opening game of the season as well, and we lost to Arsenal. It was a poor performance. I'm hoping to see much better from my team this time, and we'll get into today's game. Just going to quickly change so you guys can see the replays. As I mentioned in previous episodes, I don't really watch the replays, but for you guys, we'll have it on goals. But Arsenal bring the ball forward here. It looks like they might actually have an early chance in the game, and they're almost Bellerin putting a good cross in for Giroud, and they almost actually capitalised from that. I think Giroud. Sorry if I just pause this game for a second. Giroud doesn't have much pace, as far as I know. Acceleration 12, pace 14. He's got a decent amount of pace, but really his strength lies in him being a target man and support duty. So if we push up today in search of a winner or even an equaliser, we do have a good chance of keeping him a bit quiet just by, if we push up, we're forcing him on to rely on his pace, which he doesn't have much of. So, and Smalling pretty disappointing early on here, grabbing a yellow card in 10 minutes of the game. Anyways, we're gonna have a set piece chance to do here. Ibrahimovic plays Smalling through, and he's managed to make up for his booking. Really, he's got us the opening goal in 12 minutes time, and it's almost as if he heard me talking about him, and he's tried to prove me wrong there. But anyways, it's a goal nonetheless. Some nice, neat play from the set piece. Normally, you just swing those sort of balls in, but instead, my team elected to sort of build up play first, and we've profited from it. Smalling grabbing the goal, least likely person to be grabbing it. I think he scored that with his left foot when he's actually right-footed. So credit to him. He's got the highest rating in the team now, and Ibrahimovic even grabbing the assist. So maybe I've been wrong. Maybe I've been a bit harsh about the whole complete forward attack duty role. I think it was just because we were losing, I started to doubt my tactics a bit. But really, I should show some faith in my team as well as myself, really. But anyways, the second highlight now going to be going our way, hopefully. Instead, it's going to be Arsenal bringing the ball forward here on a counter. And Fernandes deals with that well. He plays it back to De Gea. And hopefully we... Okay, I was going to say hopefully we can break from this, but instead it's Arsenal bring the ball forward again. It looks like Chamberlain's going to put a dangerous cross in, and he does. And Giroud heads it down for Alexis Sanchez, who makes no mistake to score Arsenal's equaliser. I'm going to quickly change, was going to change our mentality to control, so we can try and control the game and win it. Just put a bit more dominance into our game, because we're playing on standard duty, so we're not really dominant. As you can see here, Arsenal having a bit more dominance in the game. So just quickly switch to control before half time. Probably tell my players off a little bit, to be honest, at half time, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, we haven't performed too badly. It's just that Arsenal have performed better. But we go into the break 1-1. Can't complain too much, but I think I will anyways. I'm just going to tell my players off. Tell them I have a bit of faith in them as well. See if this will spur them on to grab us the second goal of the game, hopefully. Arsenal sticking to their 4-2-3-1 in the second half, and I thought that highlight might end up going to our favour, but it doesn't. And we're getting 3 yellow cards here. This isn't pleasing, because now I have to worry about possibly taking someone off. 60th minute now. I just want to see if there's anyone tired of any of the sort, but no one really. I think I'll take off Herrera for Carrick just because he's booked. Give Carrick a chance to show his, prove his worth in this game. See what happens. I'm tempted to take off Mario Fernandes and Chris Smalling, but unfortunately we don't have a right back on the bench, so that's a bit disappointing. But Smalling's been playing well, so I think I'll just keep him on. Hopefully neither of them get a second yellow, otherwise we're going to be in some serious trouble against Arsenal, where we need to win. A draw not great at all. Ibrahimovic getting an injury in a strained neck. I mean, I could leave him on, but I don't want to risk it, and it makes sense for me to just take him off for Rooney anyways. Hope that Rooney can get off the bench and get us a winning goal. We'll need Ibra for the rest of the season, so we don't want to, risk his injury. We're getting to the 70th minute now. A couple of players getting tired. It looks like Martial hasn't had much of a great game, so I'll bring on Rashford and see what Rashford can do from us from the bench. He's really great against teams that begin to tire towards the end of the game, so hopefully we'll do that. As well as that, we're just going to quickly switch everyone's roles onto a bit more attacking to hopefully get our late winner, because 20 minutes left of the game now. My team really needs to step up to win this. A draw not good enough at all. We can't risk drawing. We're getting 10 minutes left of the game here. I have a bit of a feeling that Arsenal are playing a high line, so a bit tempted to pass into space and hit early crosses and see what happens. But we've got 10 minutes left of the game, so I think I'm just going to go overload anyways. But it looks like they're going to have a chance. It looked like they were going to have a chance for a set piece, but we're bringing the ball forward here. And we're going to hit them on the counter. But instead, Rooney loses the ball out to Alexis Sanchez, who's going to cross into Giroud, but De Gea deals with that really well. A bit worried there that they were actually going to score their second goal. We've actually kept Arsenal a bit quiet throughout this second half. We've doubled our shots since me telling my players off, and it looks like, well, it did look like they were going to get something else here, but I don't know, it's just back and forth here, really. Hopefully this highlight ends anytime soon, so apparently it won't though. But De Gea does incredibly well there. As you can see, is a clear-cut chance for Arsenal once again. But De Gea just incredible for us as always. I think I will take off those instructions though, the pass into space. It makes us lose the ball quite easily, and I'm not too happy about that. But anyways, just 7 minutes left to the game now. Let's see who's going to get the winner might actually end in a draw, but Arsenal bringing the ball forward once again, and this is getting quite worrying in truth. But anyways, we're going to bring the ball forward here. Rooney looked like he might actually be through, but he missed out on the ball, and Sanchez is the one who's going to be through, and he makes no mistake of scoring. We've been caught out with we're not even playing a high line, but they've used their pace well. I think Giroud's still playing, so we can't afford to play. But anyways, we'll just push up anyways. Let's push up and see what happens. Only a couple of minutes left now anyways. Really can't afford to lose, and it looks like Arsenal have really capitalised on us going full attacking mode. But yeah, I think Giroud doing well there. If we pressed him a bit more there, then he wouldn't have been able to play the ball to Sanchez. And De Gea made an incredible save earlier, but that one was not incredible by any means. That was his near post. Sorry about that. Which was a bit disappointing, a near post thing. But anyways, we're going to have a chance here. See if we can make the most of it. Blind puts quite a bad cross in, but Cech makes a bit much of it really, and he punches it out. We win it back through Carrick. Mkhitaryan bringing the ball forward here. Thought he was going to put a better cross in, instead he decides to shoot. Rooney was there, he could have tapped it in, but unfortunately it's not meant to be, and it looks like this game's going to end in an Arsenal win. This looks like a pointless highlight, and it is a pointless highlight. Looks like our indifferent, inconsistent form is going to continue yet again. Yeah, nothing more to say other than this is a disappointing defeat. But I've already told the players off, so I'm going to give them a bit of a break here. They're relaxed and motivated now, but in truth, we couldn't afford to lose. Liverpool are going to be happy to try and win their game and climb above us. But once again, we're going to be, further away from the top. We're already 9 points away. If Chelsea wins their game, they're going to be 12 points away, and that puts our title chances way far away from us, with only a couple of games. Well, not a couple of games. We're halfway through the season. There's only another half of the season, but it looks unlikely. Ibrahimovic, thankfully, just because I took him off early, he's only got a strained neck. It stayed that way, 8 to 10 days off. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be the end of the video. In terms of when we're going to be back, as always, there is a sort of Chelsea game soon, but I'm not sure whether that'll be worth showing or not, considering our position. I feel like it's going to make a bit more sense for us to show you guys the Tottenham, City and Liverpool sort of games. One of these depends on which one's the most important. We do have some tough away games against Chelsea, Liverpool and City, so it depends on how the season goes so far. It looks like we're going to have to have to settle for a top 4 spot, but it's not over by any means. If we beat Chelsea here, then we do have a chance to close the gap and climb up the table. We'll see how it goes though. If not for the Chelsea game, I'll probably be back for any one of these 3. And then we can do a last game of the season sort of episode. Anyways, as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button as well, subscribe. And yeah, that'll be all, guys. Thank you.